Hello, all you positive heads out there. Thanks for tuning your beautiful brainwaves into another episode of the Positive Head Podcast, where we are firmly convinced that creating success and happiness is rooted in understanding the ultimate nature of reality, and the fact that as human beings, we are all immensely powerful fractals of the one and only source consciousness which creates and animates all things. After years of exploring this awe-inspiring truth on this podcast, I'm super excited to announce that we are now going even deeper down the rabbit hole on the new late-night style consciousness-elevating talk show called Optimistic, which features none other than you, the listeners. Optimistic is taped out of the epic, spaceship-esque 8-bedroom property we call the Mystic Manor that myself and the rest of the Optimistic crew now navigate reality from in Venice Beach, California. And you are invited to come experience a Mystic Manor immersion week with us. During your week-long stay, you'll enjoy unique workshops, chef-prepared meals, one-on-one time coaching and consulting with me, and even co-creating magic with me as a guest on both Optimistic and an episode of the Positive Head podcast. When I started this, my aim with these immersive retreats was to facilitate the ultimate spiritual upgrade and tune-up, so to speak, for our guests while providing them with one of the most memorable experiences of their lives. And I'm happy to say that as of this recording, every guest at the end of their trip so far has told me that they have had a profound and transformational experience at the Mystic Manor and that they definitely want to come back. All that being said, we only have a limited number of spots available between now and next July. And as of this recording, about half of those spots are already filled. So if there's any part of you that is screaming, yes, I want to come, I feel like I need to be there, go now and book a slot with me to discuss how we can put our heads together and make it happen at calendly.com/talkwithbrandon. I know for some people there is also that little voice in their head saying, why not? I can't get off work. I can't afford it, and on and on and on. But, really Henry Ford, I think, said it best. Whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. And I'm confident that where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm personally committed to doing everything in my power, including discounts and payment plans, to get you here if it is something that truly feels like a huge yes for you energetically and like you're meant to be here. Once again, the link to book time to discuss with me is calendly.com/talkwithbrandon. That's spelled calendly.com/talkwithbrandon. All one word, of course. And book in some time and look forward to seeing you soon here at the Mystic Manor. All right, all you positive heads, welcome. It is a fabulous Friday here in the studio, and it is me, myself, and I solo. This week, we actually ended up doing our first ever Mystic Manor Art of Magic retreat here with the incredible Jonathan Salter. And so, we didn't have normal retreat guests, and typically when we have, the retreat guests, they're starring on today's episode with me on the Friday episode. And since these guys really weren't, we didn't do any sort of transformational work with them as per usual. It's just art training, visionary art, training all week. And so it's just me today. And I'm glad to be here. It's cool. It's been a minute since I've done Friday on my own because I have, Alexa sort of scheduled during our normal off weeks. And so this is an on week and we did something a little different and, here I am. So, super excited to be with you as always. And today we are going to do something I did a few weeks ago that I really enjoyed, which was reading random notes from the universe. Oh, and if any of you are interested in coming to a Art of Magic retreat, my dear friend Vajra is doing one next week as well. And that will be, let's see, the dates on that are January 27th to February 2nd. And it's, he's an incredible artist. I mean, you can see he did the Demiurge piece, which, I've talked about many times in the past that I own. And he's one of my very, very favorites and just such a dear friend. He'll be in episode 1 of Optimistic, and he's going to be training people all week long. He's doing it for super, super inexpensively too, $2,000 for the week. You get to stay here at the Mystic Manor, and you get, all the days spent with him from start to finish doing a canvas, with his instruction. And yeah, if you look up his work at altaroftheheart.com, you'll see what I'm talking about. He is mind-blowingly good. And and I can even help with you guys if you want to come to be here next week and work with Vajra. You can schedule same way with the other retreats at calendly.com/talk with Brandon. And that's spelled calendly.com/talk with Brandon. Furthermore, the very next week from 2/3 to 2/9, it's a normal Mystic Manor retreat with me and Sam and, everyone else, Kim Boda, who works with Joe Dispenza, doing the Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself workshop. And, all of that's happening the next week. And we have a spot available still with it coming up so closely. I will actually do a 25% discount if anyone wants to come to that as well, because, it's close. And I'm pretty sure the show is now going to be coming out on March 1st. And I'm pretty sure that after that, the remaining spots are going to fill up quickly because we have an incredible marketing campaign and push that's about to happen. Some of the developments I'll be sharing with you guys in the coming weeks. There's some really, really exciting stuff happening here as far as alignment and the wave building, the wave of goodness that is building around here it's so good. And actually that's the synchronicity I have with the notes from the universe that I'm going to read a few today, but I've been saying for the last few months, I've been saying it over and over again, like the way our life works is it's like you have these ebbs and flows. You have these, moments where it's like, oh, you're sitting on the beach and the water's retracting and it's a retractory period. But then that the swell, the wave coming up is going to come again. And maybe it'll even come further on the beach this time. And it's definitely been a little bit of a retractory period here. The last few months, there's been a lot of challenges. And now all of a sudden the wave is starting to swell again. And it's super, super exciting, some of the things that are happening. And like, literally, I'm going from recording right now to meet with the former, head of unscripted content at Amazon, who helped to launch like reality television with Mark Burnett was his business partner. And so that's just one of so many things. Like literally, I'm finishing recording and going to that meeting. And there's just so much good that's happening on multiple fronts where the show is going to be promoted to like millions of people right out of the gate. When it comes out in March. So, I want you guys to be a part of it. So, definitely come and, schedule calendly.com/talk with Brandon if you want to come be here front and center. But here's the note from the universe I received the other morning. It said, I think you already feel it, Brandon, but a really huge, in capital letters, wave of love is coming your way. Once in a lifetime huge. Hang 10, the universe. And then it goes on to say, sort of once in a lifetime, Brandon, but it will stay with you just as I stay with you forever. And I just got chills when I read it because I've literally been using this wave analogy for the last few months as there's been a retractory period and a bunch of challenges. And then all of a sudden to get this, like, I think you already know. And I've been saying, but I know the wave is coming. I know the wave is coming. And then literally I get this confirmation from the universe. So if I'm getting the confirmation, you're getting the confirmation from the universe because I am a reflection of you, or you wouldn't, in a very close one, or you wouldn't be listening to this broadcast right now. You wouldn't be tuning in if we weren't very closely connected on the family tree. The way I always put it is like, it's all one. However, there are branches on that massive infinite tree that happen, and leaves on a branch that happen to be waving in the eternal wind next to each other. And that's you and I, right? Out of 7 billion people on the planet, so many things vying for your attention and energy. You're listening to me right now because we're such close reflections. So if you've had a retractory period in your own life, I want to encourage you. The wave is coming. don't let it get you disillusioned. Like, learn to love and trust in those retractory periods. It's such a powerful thing to do. You show the universe that you really get it. And for me, I could have been so stressed with some of the things happening, lately. And I've just been calm and cool as a cucumber, which hasn't always been the case with me in the past. I've definitely had my moments of being stressed and anxious and sort of reactive, right? If all the things are going good, I'm on cloud nine. If things are tough, I'm really agitated and excited and fearful or whatever. And I don't got time for that no more. I just believe too wholeheartedly in, all the good things that are coming. And you should too. And use this as your reminder, you are so worthy. No one's ever been more worthy in all of eternity than you are to receive the good that's coming. And the retractory periods are a gift to boot. Once you really understand, you can't fully appreciate the sweet without the sour, right? We need that contrast. So instead of shaking our fist at it and cursing it and resisting it and, all of that nonsense, you just embrace and say, I get it. This is supposed to be a part of it. And I trust what's behind it. I trust what's behind it. I keep saying, let there be light. I'm going to focus on the light that's coming. I'm going to focus on the light that's coming. I'm not going to curse the darkness. And that's the path. The more you do that, the higher you reach and ascend, and the greater the next wave swells and washes over you. And so congratulations for getting that, just tuning into that and understanding that and receiving that. And do you understand how brilliant that is? The fact that you can comprehend, get that, and truly anchor it into your being and make it a part of who you are. You're not just hearing me say it, but you're like, oh yes, he's right. I feel it. I know it. I am it. That's where the power is. That's you're actually integrating it into your energetic field, into your consciousness. Everything is vibration, and you're vibrating with a story that is so infinitely empowering. You have that story in your back pocket forever now. As you get that tool, do you understand how powerful that is? That you get that tool of knowing that the valley is just as beautiful as the peak, right? It's all a part of the journey, the epic journey of your tale, of your adventure. And the greater one toils for the freedom, the greater the sense of freedom that is attained ultimately. And if you've told a story, if you've written and authored a story that entails an incredible amount of challenge, then, all that says is that you are a badass. You are a brave soul. You orchestrated you authored all the challenges that led up to this moment. And you also authored this moment where you're starting to put down the sword. You're starting to stop resisting. You're learning to stop resisting the challenges. You're learning to see the beauty in them. You're learning to continue to expand in this way and find your way through the challenges much, much easier. Woo! Wow. All right. I'm feeling that. You feeling that? I think I'm going to open. So I just read you a note from the universe that was actually emailed to me a few days ago, super synchronistically, as I said. And now I'm going to just grab the physical book I have of notes from the universe. Same guy, Mike Dooley, creates them both. And you can go sign up at tut.com if you want him to come to your email. But this book I got years and years and years ago. So I'm going to just pick another. That was a few days ago notes. Let's see what today's note is by flipping through this. Here it goes. Oh, it's not working? Well, do you know where you'd be right now? What your life would be like if it wasn't working? Not reading this, for one. About half as good looking as you now are, too. And perhaps wondering, in a strictly spiritual sense, who let the dogs out? The universe. P.S. It is working, and it's getting easier, and you are getting better and better and better. Well, that's a synchronistic message too. That's just an add-on, right? It's just an add-on to what we were just saying. Do you know where you'd be right now if it hadn't gone the way it was? You wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be hearing this. You wouldn't have Let the dogs out. Oh man, it is working. It is getting easier. You are getting better and better and better. You're continuing to level up. You're continuing to expand. You've got this. We've made it to a crucial point in our journey where you have called this key piece of the puzzle into your arsenal, into your toolbox. Having this, where imagine the difference of being able to gracefully smile at the challenges. And this is how you move through them. What we resist persists. What we accept, we move through. I found such a deep sense of trust in the midst of so much unknown of late. It's been so many things that have come at me at once that would have rattled me to my core in the past. And now I'm just like, okay. Just all I got to do is one step, one foot in front of the other. And there's this deep down knowing that it is perfectly in alignment with the unfolding of all the goodness that is my birthright, that is your birthright, that is our birthright. You deserve it. No one has ever deserved it more. And especially once someone takes on this perspective, right? They really deserve it, right? Like, it's pretty cool that someone can take a challenge and be graceful in dealing with it. And not be whiny and, shake their fist at it and fight and just sort of be like water, right? Bruce Lee, I pulled up the quote here. The be like water made me think of it. He said, empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. You put water in a cup, it becomes a cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes a bottle. You put water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. And that is your path, learning to flow with what's happening, just being like water, allowing what's going to come, allow what's going to pass to pass. It's all going to, whatever it is that you don't like, one thing that's guaranteed is change. Know that, trust that. And behind it, there's always, if the water's retracting from the shore, it's going to surely come in with another wave. It's inevitable, right? That's where we're living from. That's what we're doing. We're doing it together. I applaud you for being every moment that you integrate these perspectives further into your being. You ripple out into the collective consciousness and you show others how to adapt and be more like water. And the world needs you to show up and be the best that you can be. And I thank you for doing it. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And with that being said, I have a track to leave you with, a song today by Volo. It's a beautiful track. It's called Colorful Changes. Hope you guys enjoy it. Till next time, journey well. Love you all so, so much. And if you're feeling the call to come for a week retreat style Mystic Manor immersion, remember to go now and book your time to speak with me directly about stepping into the optimistic vortex at calendly.com/talk with Brandon while there are still spots left. Otherwise, I look forward to co-creating magic with you at the Mystic Manor.